Denver Mayor Mike Johnston facing tough questions in Washington along with 3 other mayors from Boston, Chicago, and New York as Republican lawmakers press them on whether their cities are sanctuary cities.
The term broadly refers to places limiting cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, though its definition remains unclear. Johnston said Denver has never identified as one, but called the city's response an effective answer to an immigration crisis delivered to its doorstep.
When those buses kept on coming, Denver made a choice as a city, not to hate each other, but to help each other.
This as Republicans continue to spotlight crimes by immigrants who came to the U.S. illegally and criticize policies they say shields offenders. Scripps News Group's Patrick Terpstra joins us live from Capitol Hill with more.
And Patrick, mayors push back today, calling those claims exaggerated.
Oh, absolutely. And this was a contentious hearing that went on for hours. And the backdrop is this. Republicans here on Capitol Hill have been frustrated with the slow pace of deportations, wanting to do more. And they say that big city mayors are part of the problem. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, among leaders of big cities, under fire from Republicans on the House Oversight Committee.
Sanctuary cities make us all less safe and are a public safety nightmare. That is why I launched an investigation into sanctuary cities and why these mayors are here today.
Johnston defended Denver's approach to handling a surge of 42,000 immigrants from Central and South America, more per capita than any other city. At one point, he quoted scripture.
For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. So that's what we did.
Colorado law prohibits police arresting someone solely on their immigration status. Denver passed its own pro-immigrant policies. But Johnston would not answer directly the multiple times he was asked, is Denver a sanctuary city?
Mayor Johnston, is Denver a sanctuary city?
Folks use that term differently. I can tell you what Denver does. We do not.
Okay, I take that as a yes.
He told Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert the city does cooperate with federal enforcement efforts, detaining and handing over hundreds of immigrants who've committed crimes.
We are not unable to coordinate with ICE right now. We are in communication with ICE right now.
Only if there is a warrant, but I'm talking prior to the warrant.
We wouldn't have a reason to coordinate.
Because you don't know if they're illegal.
Lawmakers aimed sharp questions and claims at the mayors for hours.
When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Yes or no?
I will charge and prosecute them.
Yes or no?
Could you clarify that question?
Okay, Mayor Wu, yes or no?
No, rape is obviously horrible.
Why are you letting rapists back out onto the streets of Boston?
That is not true.
But the Denver mayor kept his responses short and measured after preparing for his appearance with the help of paid counsel amid so much at stake. Congressional Republicans are threatening to withhold federal aid to cities that don't fully cooperate with President Trump's clampdown on unauthorized immigration.
I think we had the chance to explain what Denver does, why we think it's a common sense policy, why we think we've been able to successfully manage this crisis at the same time as reducing crime in the city. And so some folks weren't that interested in listening to answers, but some were. And so I felt like we got to make the case on behalf of Denver for why we think this policy works.
But Republicans did not exactly seem persuaded. I did ask Johnston, what would you do if Congress does try to withhold federal funds because of these so-called sanctuary city policies? Johnston says he would see them in court. Jacqueline, Micah.
All right, and that's what we didn't hear a lot about was federal funding from our Congress members today and $100 million at stake for the city of Denver.
It's high stakes here. Thank you so much, Patrick. We appreciate it. And we just heard from Colorado Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, who also pressed Johnston on whether he coordinated with New York's mayor to send immigrants there.
So Denver 7's Brandon Richard is continuing our team coverage tonight. Brandon, there was a moment between Congresswoman Boebert and New York City's mayor that involved Denver and was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, that's right. And Boebert, Congresswoman Boebert here, was really trying to make a larger point, accusing the mayor of sending immigrants to other cities and not giving those cities any type of heads up. That's what Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman has accused Johnston of doing. Mayor Adams of New York didn't answer the question in maybe the way Boebert thought he would. Take a listen.
Did Mayor Johnston ever coordinate with you and tell you that he was shipping illegal aliens to your city?
We coordinated in communication around the entire asylum seeker issue in our cities.
So I've heard that Denver crime went down. Well, Aurora's crime went up because you were also shipping them to Aurora. And we have documentation that I don't have time to discuss here in this hearing that proves you were shipping illegal aliens to Aurora.
And of course, because these hearings have very strict time limits, Boebert went immediately on to talking about Aurora, sort of ignoring what Mayor Adams just said. And to be clear, Johnston disputes Kaufman's claims, the two of them just flat out disagreeing about whether Denver intentionally sent immigrants over to Aurora.
Well, we do know that immigrants were intentionally sent to Colorado, Illinois, Massachusetts from Texas Governor Greg Abbott. So there's no dispute as to where the buses originally came from and to Colorado.
It's interesting to see those unexpected responses as well, Brandon. We're going to talk about those Texas buses in just a little bit. Thank you so much for your coverage. And do we have any indication right now that Johnston's going to reevaluate Denver's stance on working with immigration enforcement?
Yeah, this is something else that Republicans repeatedly hammered Johnston about, was how Denver released a suspected gang member recently from jail who was wanted by ICE. The city doesn't detain suspects for ICE, but will give them a general idea of when that person is being released from jail. Well, ICE says because Denver doesn't detain suspects for them, its agents had to arrest a suspect outside the jail, and they say that made things more challenging for them and actually led to officers being assaulted by that suspect. And that led to this exchange between Mayor Johnston and Ohio Representative Jim Jordan.
It's a simple question. You can release him in the parking lot, give ICE 1 hour notice, and they got to send 6 officers to arrest this guy. Or you can say, hey, what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold him. You come in and bring 2 officers in, and you turn him over there. Why not do it that way?
We have a city ordinance.
You know why you don't do it that way?
We have a city ordinance that governs.
Because you're a sanctuary city. This is the whole point.
Now, Johnston says that since he took office, there have been some 1,200 times when ICE has arrested suspects being released from jail, and this is the first time anything like this has happened. The mayor says he's offered to sit down with ICE to see if there's a better procedure they could come up with to make sure this doesn't happen again.
All right, our Brandon Richard in studio tonight. Thank you, Brandon. And you can catch up and watch more heated moments on Denver's immigration stances online. You can scan that QR code on your screen for this story on Denver7.com.